Hey everybody, welcome back to Simple Tech. My name's Chris. So Apple's next big macOS update is here. Meet macOS Tahoe 26. So in this video, we're going to preview all the dazzling new design to powerful AI features and seamless iPhone integration. So here's everything you need to know. If you're ready, let's dive in. Released at WWDC 2025, macOS Tahoe delivers a fresh visual overhaul, intelligence that works for you, and tighter continuity across all your devices, especially for iPhone. So first off, let's talk about that new liquid glass design. Expect translucency everywhere, from the menu bar and the dock to toolbars, app backgrounds. Icons are going to offer light and dark featured. There's going to be tinted versions, clear versions. You can even customize your folders, colors, emojis, badges, all kinds of fun stuff. So really, Apple is letting you dive into more personalization of the macOS experience for their users. You saw this already in the most recent version of iOS, and now you can see they're starting to expand that obviously into macOS. So now if you're ready for something other than just that plain old blue folder, you can now make them stand out through a little customization. All you gotta do is simply control-click on a folder. That would be a right-click for us old Windows users. Choose Customize Folder, and then choose a color, a symbol, or an emoji. And once you do that, you'll have your own customized folder sitting on your desktop, in your Documents folder, or just wherever you want it to be. So next up, Spotlight. Completely reimagined, and to be quite honest, it's always been my favorite and most powerful tool on the Mac, and now it's become your all-in-one command center. You can switch between searching for applications, files, actions, and clipboard. You could launch apps, run quick actions, and even browse your clipboard history, all from Spotlight. And if you don't know what clipboard is, it's just simply your copy and paste. So simply open Spotlight and press the right arrow key and choose where you want it to search. So now let's talk a little bit about Apple Intelligence, because let's be real, it wasn't very intelligent when Apple first rolled it out. In fact, they pulled back a lot of Apple Intelligence stuff because they just didn't have it right. So here's to hoping that macOS 26, or I should say macOS Tahoe 26, they actually got it right. So what they're telling us is it's stepping up big time, right? So in Messages and FaceTime, you can have live translation for a seamless conversation. Shortcuts now will actually tap into AI models. So if you love those shortcuts on your iPhone, you're also going to be able to use those on your Mac, and you're going to get a little more out of them. So you could summarize text, you can generate images. You want a custom avatar? Genmoji and Image Playground will bring your ideas to life. So a lot of cool things with AI that they're starting to incorporate with Apple Intelligence. So again, here's to hoping that Apple did it right this time. Now, one of the biggest improvements that I have seen in macOS Tahoe has been continuity and the iPhone integration. So continuity is that idea or that device communication where you receive a message on one, you receive it on another. Or maybe you're browsing a certain website in Safari on your iPhone and you go sit down at your Mac and the Safari icon is popping up in your dock with a little phone down there where you can actually grab that same web page and open it up on your computer. So that's kind of the continuity, and it gets even smoother. So the phone app on Mac now lets you manage calls directly from your desktop. Meanwhile, there's live activities. So if you watch sports scores like I do, always getting those Dodger games, nobody hate, or UCLA football. So that tells you I just don't like front runners. Even flight updates, right? They're going to appear directly in your menu bar up in the top right-hand corner, which is really, really cool. I haven't done the flight tracking one yet, but I have done the sports scores. Pretty neat, pretty cool little feature. So you can also answer your phone, obviously on your Mac like you have been before. There's a new phone app that is on your Mac, and it integrates with your phone interface. There's that menu bar animation, kind of like what I said. So it's really, really subtle, but a lot of new continuity features, especially the iPhone mirroring app. So if you didn't know, there is now an app where you can actually mirror your iPhone. I got a couple screenshots here of mine being mirrored on my Mac. Personally, not something that I'm gonna do or probably use. I'd rather just pick up my phone, but still pretty cool for those of you that, maybe, hey, my phone's in the other room and I just need to do something really quick, right? Where I can also see a benefit too in this continuity and iPhone integration is actually in Launchpad. So if you use the Launchpad to quickly access your apps on your Mac and not have everything down in your dock, or use Finder to go to your applications folder, Launchpad now, when you click on it, will actually show you not only the Mac apps that you have, but also the iPhone apps through that continuity feature. So pretty cool little tool. So besides the phone app and the iPhone mirroring app, Apple's also bringing Games and Journal to macOS. So they're adding those new Mac native apps. Now, Games centralizes your titles, complete with a handy overlay. It's pretty nice. You can see what your friends are playing. You can see what games are recommended for you if you're a gamer. And then you have their dedicated journal app, which helps you, jot down your thoughts, plan, reflect right on your Mac. And as we all know, Apple is really big into health, meditation, journaling, reflection is all kind of part of that health ecosystem for Apple. So pretty cool. If you're into those types of things, check them out. Not something that I typically jump into, but definitely there are a lot of users out there that probably find these handy and helpful. So just know that they're there, because natively, when I looked at my dock after installing macOS Tahoe 26, those apps weren't showing on my dock. So I actually had to go into my applications folder and look for them and just be like, okay, what's new? So definitely take a look there if you don't see those right away. So some other smaller but smart additions that Apple's made that pack a little bit of a punch. So Terminal, for those power users, now supports 24-bit color and powerline fonts. Accessibility has seen some additional enhancements like Braille display support. And Control Center now mirrors iOS. So if you use Control Center a lot on your iPhone or iPad, now it also has customizable toggles. You could put in different Control Center overlays. There's a lot of extra stuff now with Control Center that you can do. Now, there is one disappointing feature that comes with macOS Tahoe 26. And macOS Tahoe 26 will be the last macOS version to support Intel-based Macs. So what does that mean? What is an Intel-based Mac? Well, if you have one of those beautiful big machines, 27-inch or 21.5-inch, that have the silver aluminum backing with the Big Apple logo on the back, kind of bubbles out a little bit, those will become obsolete after this operating system. So you'll no longer be able to upgrade the macOS on those devices after macOS Tahoe. Typically, if I remember correctly, that was anything from 2020 earlier, or older, I should say. So if you have an iMac from 2020 or it's older, a lot of them, for instance, if you have a 27-inch iMac, I could tell you right off the bat, that one's done. If you're not quite sure which iMac you have, definitely go to the Apple logo on the top left-hand corner and do About This Mac, and you'll be able to find that information on what you have. So to wrap this up and put a nice little bow on it, macOS Tahoe 26 blends new bold visuals, smarter tools, and a deeper device harmony. If you're excited about certain features, or you want to learn more about a certain feature that is new in macOS Tahoe 26, throw it down there in the comments. I would love to do a video on some of this new stuff. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more Mac updates. So I hope to see you soon, and thanks for watching. Take care, folks.